everybody, and welcome back once again. It's time for another episode of Top of the Tower, and it's episode 16. How you been? Well, hopefully you're doing well. Me, fantastic. Couldn't be better. Let's jump right into it and gather some topics and spend a little time together. You know, I was talking over the holidays with friends and some family, and we got into the discussion, what's it cost to build a tower? And you know, that's a great question. Great question for 2022. Now, it's easy to step out there on a block and say, well, Stork, you've got construction, you got zoning, and you got steel availability, and just the raw cost around the steel. All those are true. But you know, when you really think about it, there's some hidden cost. And that hidden cost is what really can burn you. And you spend a lot of time on hidden cost. You know, and it's hard to calculate, you know, whether you're in the build of the site or you're trying to decide, do you want to build the site? You know, you may have to gather construction and take a look at a lot of different maps and look at a lot of different other parameters and make that decision, and hopefully it's a good one. But, you know, too, you got to think about right now, there's that extra COVID costs we got to think about and how much it hammers the budget, whether it be people availability or just the virus kind of getting out of control to where it puts a hammer on us getting out and completing what we want to do. Besides just getting those people to do the work, it's the people we got to call and get our check marks and do those things. It's huge. You know, cost is all out there. You know, but when I think about it and I put my noodle to it, you know, I think about farmers. You know, farmers and tower developers have a lot in common. A farmer, he goes out and he plants his crop. He spends money on the seeds and the fertilizer and things like that. And then he has labor wrapped around it. And then he just gambles on Mother Nature to see if it'll all work out. And he can harvest and then make a profit. Tower developer does the same thing. He takes the same amount of risk that a farmer does. He goes out, he develops the tower, and then hopes to goodness the RF calculations he's made and everything and the costs he has associated around that site, the next carrier gets on it, makes the daggone thing go profitable. And then you can go on and go find another one. You know, there's just a lot of things you can think about that go into cost and what it costs to build a new tower. We can talk about it for days, but we'll end it right there. And it's always good to step into the arena and visit with that subject. Let's move on to topic number 2. Now, topic number 2 is something I've got a little bit experience in, and that is spirit. You know, when I was young, my parents noticed, hey, I think he's got a little bit of spirit in him. And an older gentleman who was quite successful in our community quickly pointed out to my parents that, you know, don't ever kill that kid's spirit. Let it go. Let's see what happens. And they did. And, you know, there's some good things that come about it. One thing I can tell you is at a very young age, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, there was a superlative in my school called Most School Spirit. Well, I owned that. That was mine. And I always enjoyed being a part of the school and supporting my school and whatever that we were doing. And it's the same way in the tower business, you know. I drive it with a lot of spirit, you know. And you look at people's spirit and you want, some people gravitate towards it, some people don't. But then you look at some company, you know, you want a company that has a pretty good spirit. I mean, don't you? I mean, you like a company that's all about got cool things going on and they complete what they do and they're fun to be around. It's a company you want to go to work for, isn't it? You know, and I've worked for some companies that had awesome spirit. Then they changed their leaders, lost their way. It's kind of sad, but it happens. It happens, kids. Now, in the interest of Tower Co. and working with that group, I can tell you one thing. It's a we care, teamwork type spirit. You know, all the people involved at Tower Co., they're all about let's get it done and we care about what we're doing. I like that. And I'm grateful to be a part of a company that's surrounded about that attitude. Well, It's time to wrap it up. South Summit's coming up right here in March. Going to be an exciting time. Looking forward to seeing many of you. Got a meeting down at the Marriott with some of those people. Go over some of the broadcast and media content we'll be generating for that event. 3 weeks I'll be at the Stadium Managers Association meeting and looking forward to seeing a lot of old friends and visit with those that run some of the most wonderful venues in the United States. Until next time, stay safe.